Welcome everyone to Binghamton City Council special meeting on Monday, July 26, 2021. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Scringy,
Present.
Councilwoman Riley,
Present.
Councilwoman Friedman,
Present.
Councilman Burns, Councilman Strawn, Councilman Scanlon,
Present.
and President Resnetti.
Present.
That's all 7 here.
Thank you. Before we begin, we have required notifications. Please note the city abides by New York State and the CDC's requirement that unvaccinated individuals continue to wear masks indoors and remain at a 6-foot social distance, which includes in City Hall and at public meetings like this one. If you're vaccinated, you do not have to wear a mask during the public meeting or be socially distanced. However, if you appear ill or present any COVID-19 symptoms, staff might ask you to leave, distance, or wear a mask regardless of your vaccination status. This meeting is being recorded with audio and video, and members of the public can attend in person. Okay, so tonight we have one item on second reading. We have introductory ordinance 21-69 considered in finance. Councilman Strong. Thank you. Any comments from council members? Councilwoman Freeman?
Thank you, Madam President. So first, I would like to say that I appreciate we have quite a large audience tonight. So thank you to everybody who has attended because they're interested in what is going on at City Hall, and also to hopefully hold us council members accountable to our constituents. So I have a lot of thoughts about this. I would say that my primary opposition to using these funds in this way is that I don't believe this is in the spirit of the legislation. Is this technically an applicable use of these funds? Yes, it is. Could we make an argument that opening up city council chambers would allow for a larger meeting space? Yes, we could make that argument. But the American Rescue Plan money is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that was given to us to help people that were devastated by the pandemic. People are screaming for affordable, safe housing. People are talking about small business loans and other financial opportunities to help them get back on their feet. I have not had a single constituent come to me and say, I really wish there was a bigger meeting space at City Hall. And while this is clearly a temporary space, I don't want to permanently be meeting here, it's working fine. We have not, to my knowledge, at least not in any city council meeting, run into an issue where there were so many people here that it was a COVID risk. We were also notified that if there was overflow necessary, we could use this balcony area as well. So while, technically could this mitigate the spread of COVID? Yes, but I don't feel this has the urgency that we need to use this once-in-a-lifetime flexible spending money to fix this ceiling, especially because this was a project that started before the pandemic. We were not planning on using this money in this project, and I think we're squandering this money if we don't give it to the highest need, most urgent uses, and this is not one of those uses. Thank you.
Comments from any council members? Councilman Burns?
Can you hear me now?
this will actually go through this speaker here if you want.
Okay, yeah, that's better. Hello. Okay, so, thank you, everybody. Anyway, so I held it over so I could do some research about spending the American Rescue Plan money. And we were granted $46 million, and we have 23 million of it now. We have agreed to, and I voted for yes, for the infrastructure, the water filtration, and the sewer upgrades. I'm all in. I think that's great. I mean, everyone in the city did suffer throughout COVID, and this helps every taxpayer in the entire city. And I think that is wonderful. And we spent money on over on the north side. We spent some money on the housing project over there. Money well spent. It's for affordable housing, and it's money well spent. Now I would love to fix the council chambers, and I'd love to fix it for free. I'd love to fix it, without costing the taxpayers any money at all. They are the most important. This is why we're here, is to make sure we spend money properly. Now, the fund balance right now, according to Chuck, is approximately about $15 million, which is unprecedented. And this administration began with $9 million in that fund, which was unprecedented. If we had no money in there, which actually the Ryan administration started with no money, but if we had no money in there, I might interpret this some other way, but I probably would not, but that would be the only possibility. We have enough money to fix the roof of the chambers. And this money that we've been given to help people is not going to last forever. It's $46 million. We have 4 years to spend it. So 4 years from now, when we're out of money, we've spent the last dime, and something comes up that some problem comes up, some people in need come up that we could help, but now we're out of money. We're going to look at that ceiling and say, what the hell have we done? So I, in good conscience, I know you can interpret it the way you want. People interpret the Bible the way they want. I don't see it their way. They don't see it my way. But I can't see spending this money that was given to us by the president and by Congress to help people. I don't want to spend it on a problem that started it. And it's supposed to be spent on COVID problems. This problem started years ago. We were going to fix this roof. If COVID never happened, right now we'd be fixing that roof because there's poison coming out of it. What's the poison called? I forget. Asbestos coming out of the ceiling. We would be fixing it with the $15 million that we have already in the fund balance. So that's how I feel about that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any other comments? Councilwoman Riley? Go ahead.
This is Councilwoman Riley. Thank you, Council President. And of course, I do want to take a moment to recognize everyone that's out in the audience. We would have liked to open public comment had we had the opportunity. I think we moved so quickly, we didn't see a path. I know it's not on there. But I still want to say this. The ARP funds were specifically designated to state, local, and tribal governments to right the ills that were caused to the communities, businesses, let me repeat that, I'm sorry, communities, residents, and businesses in response to COVID-19. The CFR, which we quote, which was quoted to us for proper use of the money, specifically states, and not in any necessary order, that this money is to respond to the public health emergency or its negative economic impacts, including assistance to households, small businesses, and nonprofits, or aid to impacted industries such as tourism, travel, and hospitality. That's letter A. Again, you can interpret it as you will, but to me, A in priority means number one. So we are looking at several things, and we'll talk about process because I liken this to my 16-year-old. She knows her birthday comes every year. She estimates that she may get so much money.
Mm.
She wants to buy Gucci slides because she prioritized Gucci slides. It doesn't make sense. She doesn't use her knowledge or her influence to understand how her money should be saved for future initiatives, future needs, for tires on her car, which to me are more important. And I don't want to make this simple, but we have been allocated $46 million. I asked 2 weeks ago, are we hosting a forum to discuss a plan of how this money will be utilized? Is there a list of priorities that the mayor has that we've not yet received so we know how money is planned to be allocated? We cannot rightfully vote for something when we don't know 2 weeks later if some other RL will come with allocations to other initiatives. We don't know our future. And to spend money without understanding how the entire fund will better our community is reckless. Reckless. Now, this week, council approved several pieces of legislation, like Joe mentioned. And yes, we allocated, I think, about 100,000 towards housing, right? It wasn't, how much was it? It wasn't 600, it wasn't the cost of this roof. And if housing and righting the communities, the disenfranchised, the minoritized communities that were severely impacted, that set them beyond the impacts that have been caused by structural racism, then we are not doing our due diligence. And that is a problem for me. And so, again, I would like us to get together, hold a public session, forum with all parties, where we hear the needs, and then we open an RFP process. We receive proposals from organizations that talk about how they would best use this money to impact the global Binghamton community, not those that desire to attend city council meetings. And that will be an inclusive process that allows input from taxpayers, ratepayers, and those that have a desire to add and contribute to how this money is spent. That's all I want to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other council member have any questions or comments? No one else? This is not a public hearing, correct? Sharon, can you?
I will say we have done this. I know it's against protocol. We did do this at another special business
That was
meeting.
a special,
It
that
is
was a special
against-
hearing. Go ahead.
Public comment requires written notice to all city residents that there's going to be a public comment period. All city residents have not had notice within 24 hours per the charter.
So, Sharon,
That is incorrect. The agenda,
city, I'm going to, go ahead. Thank you.
agenda has been posted online since Thursday. You had notice.
Is it possible?
Hi, this is Sharon Sorkin. I'm currently the Director of Personnel and Safety, but I think like many of the people in the room, we have a vested interest in what happens to these funds, and so I'm here today. Written notice was provided to the media on Thursday with the special objects of the meeting, which is what is required by our city charter. In order to amend the rules of the city charter, you have to do so through legislation. And I believe the special meeting that Councilman Friedman is referring to, public comment was in fact on the agenda because it was supposed to be a continuation of the discussion from the prior meeting. With that said, two wrongs don't make a right, and I can't grant council the authority as a deputized corporation council to suspend or deviate from the city charter, which is different than deviating from past protocol. So, for example, in a business meeting, they can add things to the agenda during, up into the moment of the meeting, even during the meeting. For a special meeting, the rules are proscribed, and I think a lot. My understanding from the clerk, sitting right here, he's a sworn officer under oath, that written notice was sent on Thursday under a special meeting protocol. Council could have on Friday. Let's use this as a teaching moment. Council could have. Let me finish, Rebecca. Council could have on Friday said we want to add public comment to this agenda. They did not do so. Therefore, they do not have the authority to do it now. And I think there's been a lot of respect with regards to you speaking right now based off of your position and the fact that we value what you have to say as a whole and as a community. With that said, simply because we value it and we want to hear it doesn't mean I can amend the code standing right here. My suggestion would be, you can't address him like that, Rebecca.
Sharon, can I ask a question only because excuse me, 1 second, excuse me. Well, excuse me, 1 second, because nothing is moving here. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sharon, can you advise me as how this, there is interruption in the meeting. We have a process that we are supposed to follow. I don't see any, are we in any way, I would like to know, breaking the rules or the law? And this is a first, I'm sorry, so as a meeting that is, we have an agenda, correct? We have an agenda. I'm talking about the rules of the meeting, by the way,
Yeah.
because, they are teachable moments and we are learning as we go, especially if it's a scenario that we haven't dealt with before. So we have an agenda here. My understanding is that this was out there to the public. You said Thursday, am I right, Lee? Look, I just went to the media. Okay, and so we had our comments, public comments, right? Or not
Written-
public comments, we had our council comments.
Compliant written notice was sent out
Okay.
Thursday. And as a result, that written notice needed to be amended with the objects of the special meeting
And, okay.
and added to the agenda. I understand that people are frustrated. However, right now, there's no call for the question. There's open council comments. And so I would encourage
Madam
council
President, call the question,
to move
please.
forward with its
Okay,
proceeding.
question be called? Question be called? So we will be moving on. Okay, let's move it on to roll call, please. Roll call.
Councilman
call, please,
Scaringi?
Lee.
Roll call, please. Look. Go ahead.
Councilman Scaringi?
Roll call, please.
Councilman Scaringi, how do you vote?
Can we? What is, Sharon, what is the protocol when this is happening? Sharon,
Can we make a motion?
are they
Yes.
allowed to touch the camera?
No.
I'd like to yield, I can make a motion?
So
No. So we can't,
tell me. Roll call. Roll call.
Councilman Scaringi, how do you vote?
Councilman Scaringi.
He's asking for your vote.
open the floor, just open the floor. Why can't
Madam-
we open the floor?
Madam President, I make a motion we clear the room right now so we can vote on this.
No.
I make a motion we clear the room.
No. Just,
I don't know.
Woo.
Don't
Oh, nice language.
That's going to cause more problems.
So, if we open the floor, we would have this. Can't we just open the floor? You, right, we can use our time.
Madam President, by Robert's Rules of Order, a motion to adjourn a meeting supersedes anything else. I make a motion to would you respect?
We can open it. We can have public
Did I
comment.
say the meeting was going to end? I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
I second the adjournment meeting, second.
No, I make a motion to adjourn the meeting for 10 minutes to get order in here, and then we can come back in.
Second.
Can we,
Second that motion.
can we
No,
open
no.
the floor?
If you adjourn,
Can we,
No,
can we adjourn the meeting and then vote on it at the next business meeting
right, right.
where public
We can
comment would be?
adjourn and set a new date.
So for the purposes of order and clarity, the meeting has been adjourned for 10 minutes. Unfortunately, when a motion is held over, or res is held over, it needs to be voted on at the next special meeting, which is tonight. Council has a duty to vote on it today. I would encourage those who have comments that they wish council members to hear to use this time constructively.
Yes. Councilman Scaringi? Councilwoman Riley?
Present.
Councilwoman Friedman?
Present.
Councilman Burns?
Present.
Councilman Strawn? Councilman Scanlon?
Present.
President Rosnetti?
Present.
That's all 7 here.
Thank you. So then at this point, because we do have to vote on this, we will take a vote, correct? Question needs to be called. Okay.
Call the question, Madam President.
Question be called?
Councilman Scaringi? Aye. Councilwoman Riley?
No.
Councilwoman Friedman?
Nay.
Councilman Burns?
Nay.
Councilman Strawn? Councilman Scanlon?
Aye.
President Rosnetti?
Aye.
That's 4 ayes, 3 nays, Riley, Friedman, Burns.
We can't,
Can I have a second?
we can't hear him. Wait, what did he, no,
Second.
we couldn't hear. We couldn't hear the call.
Did you say
President, second, Madam President.
Councilman Burns, second, adjourn.